Hi, I'm John Hart, and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. All right, this is a good one today. Another get big routine. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so any of y'all who follow my channel before know that I've done a couple of good videos on the get big routine, two get big routines, a little series I'm running, I guess, over the years. And I was inspired to knock this one out today on purpose because you're going to see in a moment why. There's some updates, okay? Some really interesting reasoning behind this routine today, okay? Let's put it that way. So down below, I'll put the links to the prior videos that I've done, by the way, so that you have ease of access for that information as well. And you can see the changes. So today's workout, I'm going to give you a number 1 and a number 2 workout, okay? The number 1 workout, it is these exercises in order. Deadlift. I'm talking about conventional. If you like doing sumo, that's fine too. But conventional style deadlifts, great exercise for everything. For everything. Let's put it that way. Great exercise for everything. All right, deadlift. And then pull-ups. Now, a lot of you have nailed me on this one in the past where I've said chins. I've said chins to the front or chins, of various grips. And the reason why I was caught up on that name and had, for myself, confusion as well is that I grew up in training, when I started training in the mid-80s, everybody still called pull-ups chins for some reason. And I believe I've kind of pinpointed where that came from. That would be Arnold. So Arnold used to call pull-ups, that's pull-ups with an overhand grip like this, wide, narrow, or whichever way you want to do them. He called them chins. And so everybody called them chins. That's just the way it was. So everybody around the country reading the magazines at the time called it chins as well. And so that kind of was a hangover for me. But we'll just call it pull-ups because we know that pull-ups are with an overhand grip, chins are with an underhand grip. So pull-ups is what I mean. Pull-ups, wide, fairly wide grip, and to the front as opposed to the back, okay? So deadlifts, pull-ups. The third exercise is incline bench press. I would recommend using a barbell. And here's the surprise on that one. Taking a slightly wider grip on that, still keeping the elbows slightly tucked into your side, but going a little bit wider. It seems to open up that upper chest a little bit more and create a little bit more mass in the upper chest as opposed to more shoulder and tricep, okay? So incline bench press and then flat dumbbell bench press. The combination of these 4 exercises so far involve just about every upper body muscle, as well as targeting mainly the back and then the chest. The delts, the shoulders getting hit kind of hard already, but we're going to go ahead and finish this workout off with 2 exercises. And one is the seated barbell overhead press, again, to the front. You'll notice I don't do or recommend behind the neck anything. That's pull-ups, that's barbell presses, anything behind the neck. We can go on for days as to why those are just not as efficient as doing them to the front of your neck and close to your chin. So pull-ups to the chin, barbell overhead presses from the chin on up. So I'm not talking about down to the collarbone. I'm talking about to the chin. So the delts get heavily activated at that point. And beyond that, you're stressing out your cervicals a whole bunch. So I know that some of y'all are going to say, well, John, why wouldn't I drop the barbell all the way down to my clavicle to get a greater stretch? And the answer is because your delts only go so far. When you come down to here with the bar at your chin, the delt is fully stretched. Going further than that, you just opened up you'll feel that in your scalenes, in your neck, and in parts of your trap. So to go lower than that, you're going to have to use other muscles. It does not open up your delt muscle even further for a greater stretch and thereby stimulating greater growth. So again, you could go over a whole bunch of my videos and see I don't believe in hyper stretching any muscle, overstretching any muscle, because it usually involves stretching other ancillary or accessory muscle groups that don't belong being stretched out like that, which invites injury. So I'm a long-term guy here. So we're talking about, I'm on 40 years now of training without any major injuries. So, and I'm 60 years old at this point. So let's talk. That's what I'm talking about, right? You want to have the same or more, even better. And then after you get done doing those presses, dumbbell bent over laterals for the posterior deltoid. These I really like to balance out that strength of the deltoid. Okay, we don't want to, it's not necessarily I didn't throw those in because it's the biggest mass building exercise in the world, but I did throw it in there to kind of counter the stimulation that you're going to have on those anterior deltoids from doing all the chest work and then the overhead presses. So you want to have something to pull back your shoulders. And this is perfect, dumbbell bent over laterals. All right, workout number 2. And now you're going to see what I mean by the update or the reasoning behind why I'm grouping these muscles in this way, or why this routine was so effective, by the way. I've used it many times on clients and on myself. It's a great routine. And that is, we start the second routine off with front squats. Why front squats? Because the back squat it uses muscles quite similarly to your deadlifts. So does the front squat use similar muscles? To a degree, but it's not going to use, it's not going to emphasize, let's say, heavily the lumbars as opposed to the back squat. So we want to use a little bit more quad stimulating squat, and that would be the front squat. So doing front squats on starting off workout number 2. By the way, workout number 2 is going to be 3 days later. So you work out on number 1, let's say you do it on a Monday, then you go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're ready. 72 hours, you're ready. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're back to workout number 1. And then you rotate them. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the following week, you're back to workout number 2. Okay, so you'll get in about 3 workouts every 7 days on 1 week, and then, in 7 days on 1 week, and then 2 workouts the following week. So it's about 5 workouts every 2 weeks, okay? And these are big workouts. You're going to feel these, and it's going to be quite a hit to your system. So again, back to the workout. Front squats, and you now have the reasons why. It's almost the perfect combination. One workout with deadlifts, the other one with front squats. We're not going to really overtrain that posterior chain by doing this type of a workout. The back squat does involve more posterior chain than the front squat does. So front squats, donkey calf raises, what? No hamstring work? That's right. We're talking about getting big here. You want to minimize wasting energy on exercises or body parts that may have been stimulated in a big way on other exercises. If you deadlift correctly on your workout number 1, your hamstrings are going to get hit very, very hard. That's why. On the eccentric of the deadlift, when you're going over, those hamstrings are what's lowering your body with your lower back in a static contraction. So with a big weight, you are doing heavy hamstring work. So it's not necessary. So we're going front squats, then donkey calf raises. Alternative to donkey calf raises, if for any reason you don't want to have somebody sitting up on your back, would be toe presses. So I favor those over doing standing calf raise simply because the bend in your body at about 90 degrees or slightly less than 90 degrees is going to stretch your calf muscles in a big way, and you're going to grow bigger calves this way. So donkey calf raise would be my preferred way of going. Okay, so front squats, donkey calf raises, and then dumbbell hammer curls. Why hammer curls and not regular curls? Well, the brachialis and the brachioradialis get hit quite hard. It's almost like a 2 bangs for your buck situation. This is just my belief at this point. I've trained people doing 0 curls. I've trained them using hammer curls, and their biceps grew. They looked amazing. So the brachialis, I should say. The brachialis sits underneath your bicep. It's not the big showy muscle, but it pushes your bicep up. So any indirect growth that your biceps are going to get from doing all of the other exercises is going to be great. And the brachialis, which just I believe is completely undertrained, okay? It does not get the kind of love in all the routines that, that the biceps tends to. So I would go with the hammer curl on this one routine, and you could do your biceps in your other get big routines, okay? So this one in particular, we're gonna go with dumbbell hammer curls. You could do them alternating, you could do them on a preacher bench, one at a time. I prefer that on the preacher bench. It's very strict. So yeah, I would prefer that. And then follow those up with dumbbell French presses, overhead dumbbell French presses or tricep extensions. When you have the dumbbell up over your head, you're pressing it up like that, you are effectively hitting all of the major heads of your tricep, and you're going to get a great stimulation on the long head, especially of your tricep, which is practically impossible on most of the other tricep exercises. The long head of the tricep does not get stimulated enough. So this is the largest part of your tricep, and it needs to get stimulated to grow. So overhead tricep dumbbell extensions, and you're going to swing those things up there and go for it. And then finally, I have 2 exercises to wrap this workout up. Workout number 2. And they're smaller exercises. Well, this one is wrist curls with a barbell off the end of a bench. This is sort of a forgotten exercise, and in most people's routines. And I have to say, I've gotten quite strong at those over the years. I could regularly do wrist curls with 135 pounds for anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. And in doing that exercise, I've had people in the gym actually point out to me that I was doing them wrong, or I would be better off grabbing a cable and doing a wrist curl like this from up above, pulling it down. And I understood why they were saying that. They kind of felt their forearm muscles really well that way, and it's a little bit harder to feel it with a barbell on the end of a bench. However, as I've been proven over the years, I didn't know why the wrist curl grew a bigger forearm off the end of a bench, but now we know that it's the stretch, okay? That stretch position is intense with a barbell, pulling your fingers down to the floor. So it's very intense. So there's a lot of resistance in the stretch position. With a cable coming from above, there's nothing up here. It's all here. So wrist curls, barbell off the end of a bench, another get big exercise, okay? And then lastly, planks, okay? You know that I favor planks if you've seen any of my routines, and we're gonna do planks for anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. The longer you can do them, great, with your belly button tucked in nice and tight, and breathing through your upper lungs. Your belly button's not, popping in, popping out, with your lower back nice and neutral, never letting it drop in, and your feet together. So wrapping that workout up. Now, answering the quick questions here. I mentioned 3 days between workouts. That's correct. I didn't mention how many sets of each exercise we're going to do. This is where we get into the weeds now, okay? So I want you all to hear me clearly on this one, okay? 1 all-out working set of each one of those exercises that I just mentioned. I'm indifferent to how you do your warm-ups. I'm indifferent to how long your workout takes, although once you do record how long workout 1 took you, or how long workout 2 took you, and you should record it. You should know how long it takes you to get through those 2 workouts. Once you have a time, if it takes you 42 minutes to do workout number 1, then write that number down and know that from that point on, you should be getting that workout done in 42 minutes or less. And why do I say that? Because intensity involves several factors, okay? And one of those factors is how long, what's the time frame that you did this workout in. And if you go too long, then the intensity will drop off to a point where you're training strictly as a powerlifter would. Powerlifters train so that they don't get any lactic acid buildup, no pump whatsoever in the muscles, because the pump in a muscle decreases performance, and powerlifters are all about performance only. We're bodybuilders, we're talking about growing some muscle, right? And therefore another get big routine, right? So we want to do this workout within a given time frame, record that time frame, and then know how long it took us. That includes your warm-ups, okay? So if in the middle of a workout, let's say on that number 2 workout, where you're doing the front squats, and then the donkey calf raise, and then the bicep, the tricep, and the forearm work, and the planks. After you're done doing your front squats, you may want to warm up on the front squats. As a matter of fact, you will want to warm up on the front squats. That's number 1. So you're going to do as many warm-ups as you feel necessary to be ready to go, and then go all out with your front squats. And then you're going to go and you're going to do, after you're done with the donkey calf raises, you're going to go and maybe do another warm-up of your bicep, maybe your tricep exercise, 1 warm-up each, and you're ready to go on those. And then the rest of the workout, you really don't need warm-ups on. On the other workout, the same goes. Warm up on whatever you feel you need to warm up on. The deadlift, yes. The incline bench press, yes. Okay, maybe nothing for the rest of them. You just go for it. Again, this is highly individual, and you're going to have to be the one to choose how you operate with that. Now let me give you the repetitions, okay? For the workout number 1 on the deadlift, you're going to go 5 to 10 repetitions. Working. We're only talking about the working weight, the working set, the all-out set that I mentioned. 5 to 10 repetitions. Pull-ups. AMRAP that thing. As many reps as possible. Well, let's give it a roof number, okay, the top number. Once you get up over 12 reps, okay, we want to, yeah. Once you get to 12 reps, add weight. It'll knock you back down to getting 6, somewhere in that zone. I was going to say 6 to 10 reps. I like that better for get big routines. Let's go 6 to 10 reps, okay? So 6 to 10. And then when you go to your incline presses, again, 6 to 10 reps. This is a perfect repetition range for most of the upper body exercises. 6 to 10 also working weight on your dumbbell bench presses, and then 6 to 10 on your overhead barbell presses as well. All right. And then lastly, the dumbbell bent over lateral raise. On that one, that's going to be the exception in this one workout. You're going to have to move with a few more repetitions, 10 to 15. This one exercise, you'll be limited if you move too slowly. You're going to have to use a little bit of speed to move the weight and get it moving in that bent over position. All the resistance is going to hit when it hits the top position. So we want to make sure that you have enough repetitions, working repetitions, quality repetitions, effective repetitions to stimulate that muscle, okay? And then workout number 2, when you go to do your front squats, we're going to go with, again, the legs, they can use a few more repetitions. So we're going to go on the front squats with 8 to 12 repetitions. The donkey calf raises, 8 to 12 repetitions. These are working weight sets. Once again, I keep saying that. And then on the dumbbell hammer curls, we're going to go 6 to 10. Again, back to the standard for the upper body muscles. And then again, 6 to 10 on the dumbbell French presses, the dumbbell overhead extensions. They were called French presses, by the way, back in the day. So I know dumbbell overhead extensions or tricep extensions is more common today. But either way, dumbbell French presses, 6 to 10 repetitions. On the wrist curls, these, again, you're going to need a few more repetitions on. So we're going to go with those with 8 to 12 repetitions. And then finally on the planks, as I said, 1 to 5 minutes. And that's pretty much it. The entire routine right there. Here's another get big routine. This one in particular is centered around the fact that you can repeat workouts a little more often before you ask the question, John, why is it every 3rd day? It's because we're not going to overtrain that posterior chain, which usually happens in most of the other workouts that I've given, the other get big routines. The posterior chain needs to not be overtrained. And with big weights, and if deadlifts and squats are involved, then that's going to happen. They use similar muscles. When we do front squats and deadlifts, use those as our primary big exercises, then those are going to be a nice combination. Those two exercises are going to be a really nice combination wherein the front squat's not going to overtrain the posterior chain, and the deadlift is going to get in just the right amount and just the right amount of work on your hamstrings to supplement that hamstring work that would be on a leg workout. So that's it for today, okay? From my heart to you, John Hart. And look, before you go, off to my left, you're going to see right here a disc pop up. That disc represents, what am I even talking about? Wait a second, I forgot about this. I'm going to invite you to join my training community before you go. So John Hart's, John, so I'm talking about John third person, John Hart's high intensity training community, okay? Please consider joining my training community. I'll put the link down below. It's an exclusive training community where we discuss many subjects, and I put up weekly posts and videos exclusive to that community. I do not put them up in YouTube land as well. This is my priority. My training community is the priority. I do answer all questions as fast as possible, usually within 24 hours, and then they get the information exclusively. That's why it's exclusive. You hear that? So now that I've said my little pitch, off to my left, before you leave, you're going to see a disc pop up. That represents the subscribe button for my channel. Please give that thing a tap, or you can also subscribe in your subscribe button below this video. Either one works. And then you're going to see a thumbs up button down there, just below the video and off slightly to your left. If you're liking the videos that I'm doing, please give that thing a tap and turn it black or blue, whatever your device does, just to let the YouTube algorithm know that you're liking my videos and you want to see more of them. And I really appreciate it. It lights up the algorithm for YouTube and also lights me up. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.